All right. If you've just popped in, it's quiet because I was on and then it was not a great signal and I logged back off and now I'm waiting to hear if it's good again because I'm not fighting with it. So I guess I'll say a few things so that Debbie, I assume that's you that snuck back in, can tell me if it's better or not. I'll clean up my desk while we wait. It was completely clean yesterday, believe it or not. Well, completely clean is iffy because I don't know that it's ever been completely clean. There's always something out. But I've been cutting stuff, so I have loose snowflakes and whatnot. And nobody's here again. Much better. Yay! Sorry. I don't feel like I need to be this disappointed about the internet being stupid, but didn't have the spoons today. So did you catch any of what was going on? So I'll run back through it real quick. Uh, I've been working on my Flippy Flappy. I cannot really flip through my Flippy Flappy. It's not you that's annoying. It's just sometimes it's like YouTube can't take the stress or something. But I can't really lay it down because it's drying on the front. But I've got all the pages covered and most of the stuff put in and balls. So, and I got a card from Karen McCoy. It's beautiful. The sticker I got from Juju. I found a perfect spot for. Like literally this spot was naked and it sits there perfect. And it works because I'm sure Grandma Kathy picked this card because it looked like my Rainy girl, the one that passed away last week. I guess it's almost been 2 weeks now. Oh, speaking of which, Debbie, this was a Reader's Digest book that I covered in, like the paper comes in your Amazon packaging. So when you're saying you don't have stuff, use the stuff that you get. You know, if you get a card from somebody, use your cards. This was, those seasoned nuts that like you get like at a fair or whatever. That's the packaging from that. I don't remember, napkin or something. That is definitely napkin. This is literally paint. Like I painted with acrylic paint. So play. That's what we're doing here. That's what junk journaling is, like an excuse to play. And then for my December daily, I got out my Pokey little puppy and just picked a piece of ephemera, decorated it some more. It had all of this, but I added the little leaves and then I added this backside because a lot of times I journal and then I cover it so that I'm not looking at, like, if I said something, not necessarily negative, but I'm just like, it was boring. I groomed dogs today kind of thing. But what I have is, a pretty thing to look at, but I also I actually journaled. So I'm awesome. I'm glad you're doing that. And I do have a whole bunch of stuff for you. And if at some point you decide that I can just put it on your porch, I could have even more stuff because I realized I had a box set aside to take to the Art Restore in Bloomington. And I'm like, why would I do that when it could go straight to you instead of, skip the middleman? So anyway, this was a journal Pam made and I bought from her. So that's all of that. I worked on a planner pages that I got from my Porch Prints. And you're supposed to print these on cardstock and then make a whole journal out of them, but I wasn't up for the whole thing. So I did just this, and I can put like washi tape to hold it together and then put it inside of my little planner. So, all right, I am going to open my mail from Tina. So if she runs by, she can see it. And Carrie asked if I was going to open it. Okay. I pre-opened it, but apparently I did not pre-open it enough. Be careful, Cheryl. What is your problem? I almost cut through the lace. I may have trimmed the lace. Sorry, Tina. Cute ribbon. Well, I don't know. Ribbon is the word. Like, it's almost like a shoestringy, I don't know, twine, but thicker. Wrapped in some lace, which I needed something. I need to do my moth-eaten lace things for December, but I have not yet. And this is why she sent me a package. Hi, Estrada. She got a bunch of little golden books, and I had said that I was looking for this one, and she had this one, so she sent it to me. And Christopher Lee was its previous owner. Got it for Christmas in 1983. Because I've called my son a baby bear since he was little. And now he is a large and growly bear because he's 27. So I wanted this. The idea is to make a journal with some of his pictures, but it'll take me a minute to get up the heart to cut this one. So I'm excited about this. And it's one that they didn't print. It doesn't seem like they printed a crap ton of these, like, the saggy baggy elephant or whatnot. And then she sent me some loose cards. Oh, this one is beautifully, like, sometimes you get these cards, like a lot of these. So I get them at grab bags at Goodwill and stuff. A lot of these are gorgeous paintings that somebody, charities have used. And they are gorgeous in journals or to make just journals out of. He's a puppy dog. Okay, so if I find something when it is appropriate for a journal I'm going to do later, I do this. So that bear can go in with those. So when I make that, that'll be a page in my journal. Oh, another bear. Apparently bears get sick a lot. Did you know? Hi, Bonnie. Another puppy. Bunny rabbit. See, and this is the kind of thing where you make it in journal and then you cover up this part, because I'm not going to send. I hand make my cards, so I buy a lot of this kind of card, because how can you get art this? You can't. It's gorgeous, and it's clover. How often do you actually see actual clover on a? So that's going to make a gorgeous little piece of ephemera for a journal. Little owls. My daughter will try to steal that one. Irises. Oh. Okay, this I want to put aside and see if I can not recreate it exactly, but that is something that, because they're simple shapes, I could try with my watercolors and see if I could do. Bonnie, she is Debbie. I am also a Hoosier. And this obviously is a sympathy card, but the purple in that. The journal that Ink and Page has for winter this year, this will go perfect in the color, so I'll probably add that. Debbie, it's hard. There's some people whose names I like. Estrada, I don't know her first name. I assume Estrada is the last name. Oh, that's right, Bonnie. You're also a Hoosier by birth. There's a lot of us. I didn't know there was so many of us. And this is, sorry, Tina, if you don't expect me to cut up your cards. This is getting cut up. Ephemera, another piece of ephemera. I see at least like a cluster and 3 tags. Stephanie. Okay, I will attempt to remember. It takes usually about 2 times for me, but I will try. Yeah, I considered that, Debbie. And look at this. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So goodies, all the goodies. So I have to say, I think that the junk journal community might be the nicest group of people like on the planet. So, I follow some groups where they're, like occasionally it's like a junk journaler group, but like the happy mail movement kind of groups. Well, Bonnie, it is hard to remember what your name is. But I don't, I watch on there, and there are people who obviously just come on there because they want people to send them stuff and they don't share back, which if that's what you want, then say so. But like, that just seems like the opposite of what they like our group is. Like as soon as Debbie told me that she didn't have stuff, I was like, I got this. Julia, I'm sending her some stuff. But then April, Juju, messaged me and was like, tell me what you're sending to Debbie so we don't send duplicates, basically. And it was, nobody asked. It was just, that's just, well, first of all, you know, we all have a bunch of stuff, like too much stuff. That's why our desks end up like this. So I think I'm going to take, since we're supposed to do Defember, and what I'm doing currently is this little book. I wish this would hurry and dry, and that way I could. But I have dyed, I've got the dye in there that I dyed the other half of these little balls blue. So I'm going to cut a piece of this and go put it in there. And then I'm going to do my page tags for Defember with this lace. And even though it will be less moth-eaten than they suggest, I think the whole point of Defember is we're building ephemera for our stuff, the stuff we do. And we may not do our stuff exactly like Louisa. And that's awesome, because if we were all the same, it'd be boring. Oh my God, it's doing it again. That's awesome, Bonnie. Yeah, I still have 2 more. By the way, I still have 2 more of your ATCs to make. And I get like, so like I have 52 ideas. So how to pick 2 is very difficult. So I have a couple more days, I guess. But anyway, since I'm jumping in and out again, I'm going to go take a shower. It's cold in my sun porch. So, I will let you guys go. I got to open my Happy Mail. I got to play today. ATCs are your thing? Yeah, see, I make greeting cards, which generally I like follow a plan, you know, or I have the designer paper that kind of guides me, and it doesn't really tell me what to do. But like, you know, if I have, for instance, like this paper, obviously the big print tells me I need to cut a big piece, and so it sort of leads me to where I want to make cards. but weirdly, an ATC is a lot. Like for me, it's like, it's because it's so small, I have to think what I want and then go find it. So that little guy could go on a ATC for you. That little girl, she's part of this kit, but I stole her snowman. Hold on. See if I can show you without messing up my other stuff. Of course, it's on one of the flappy pages. Here. I stole her snowman because I needed something in this space. I don't know. Bonnie hasn't mentioned it jumping in and out. It could be your connection, could be mine, could be a combination. I don't know. There was somebody else who had to keep coming back to their lives today, so I think it could be a YouTube issue. So supposedly when this stuff dries, it looks like snow. So I hope it's a little less shiny when it dries, but I shined up the ornaments. So I'm going to go through literally every single page and shine up stuff that I think needs shined. Like all of these lights are going to get shiny. Not stuff in the background. Like this is background paper, so it won't get, that's to journal on if I want to. But like this snowman, I'll probably pull him out and put the snowflake paint on that and whatnot. So, oh, you can't even see that freaking snowman. This is Be Happy Stationery Printable. So, I have, it's not Glossy Accents, it's this Nuvo Crystal Glaze. And I might do that, but what I was using is this, it's like a glitter Color Pops. So it gives like a a little bit of that. So some of them might be one and some might be the other. I just sort of like on the gold, it kind of looked, I don't know. This was kind of play flippy flappy junk mail kind of thing. So yeah, I bought out a lady's craft stash and I got about 40, maybe not 40, probably 30 different colors of Color Pops. So I'm trying to use them on everything. Diamond dust. Is it like a mica thing? This is what I use for my mica. It's Ink on 3 pixie dust. So it is, again, I have to do this without, don't touch any snow. I did the pixie dust on this light. Frick! Okay, see, that's how I end up messing up my stuff because I can't be patient. But yeah, so it's like, it is definitely harder to see because it's fine. But it definitely, like, if you look at it, but I actually think I'm going to go over that with the Nouveau. So this looks like glass, but then it looks like it's behind, like it's also lit up behind. So. Oh, it's real glass, just smushed up. Oh, awesome. So like old school glitter. I'll have to check into that. But anyway, I'm going to get off here and I got to get some sleep tonight. I had the sheriff out the other day because my horses escaped. So I had to put up Porter corrals this morning, and I have Chance up for sale because he's the one that's running the fence. So I'm going to take my butt to bed and try to sleep tonight. It's okay, Debbie. I'll be back tomorrow sometime. Tomorrow, Wednesdays, I take Duncan out for dinner. So if I'm here, I'm usually late. Oh, all chat. I don't know. No, I hate that. Why does it not go straight to all chat instead of, am I missing something? Did you like your card, Anna Marie? I don't even, here's the sad part with my ADHD. I don't remember exactly what card I sent you. Like, I know that I sent you a card and it was like fall themed, I think, but that's as much as my memory serves. Oh, okay. Here, tell me if you love it. I'm waiting. Yeah, I got the horses back. I get to go to court and explain how during storms the back fence gets torn up and that they shouldn't fine me because then I can't, then it'll be harder to afford new fence. Anna Marie, what are you doing? Open it. You love it. Okay. I have to send Christmas cards, but I am so far behind. What happened with the horses? First of all, we have a horse that any chance that the fence is off, he's going to test it, like the velociraptors in Jurassic Park. And we also are surrounded on 3 sides by woods. So our electric fence gets knocked out in storms. So our horses have been out more than once. I would say 5 times this year. And they go out the back and then they realize what they've done. And instead of coming back in the back, they go out to the road and walk back to the house. So really they don't go far, but then people call animal control and it's considered animals at large. And I am responsible. And I know that. And I do my best to try to deal with it. But this week it was the animal control guy's wife that saw him out. So they called the sheriff, and then the sheriff issued a summons. So I have to go to court. And I hope that like their response isn't to fine me in a way that makes it even harder for me. Because what I really need to do is do like a flex rail fence at the back, which of course one of the animal control guys was like, you really need to have high tensile wire. And I said, well, I would say my vet would say otherwise because it's one of the most dangerous fences for horses. So you have to balance safe fencing for horses with secure fencing for horses, because horses will, if they get spooked, they'll run through a high tensile fence. Well, part of them will run through a high tensile fence. So my vet will tell you that high tensile wire paid for her son's college. So barbed wire and high tensile wire are not equally dangerous, but both dangerous. So I have Chance for sale because he is the one that, like, Ember and Mischief mostly just want to stand in the barn and eat. But Chance wants to, he's like a, I don't know if you ever had a hunting dog that just wants to do something all the time. He's like that, where Ember and Mischief are just happy to be fed. So, oh, sorry, I just went off on a tangent because that's what I thought you were talking about. I'm sorry. It's fine, squirrel. Anyway, I am going to go take a shower and crash out and come back tomorrow, and hopefully the snowflakes will be dry and I can do some more pages. I think I might be smart this time and do one, like just do all the glitter, come back and then do the snowflakes so that way I don't mess it up. You too, Bonnie. Night, Debbie. Night, Anna Marie. Hopefully Tina will stop by and see that I opened her goodies, and I'm excited because this one, well, they're all gorgeous, but this one's going to be, it'll be ephemera before the end of the, well, not the end of the night, but tomorrow. And I'll message you, Debbie, about loading my car up. I've got to go to Indy on Friday for Lily's doctor's appointment. So then after that, I'm going to Newcastle. So I'm going to be all over. So I'll let you know. So I'll talk at you later. Have a great one, guys. Bye.